Well, Sarah, any news this month? Surely you must be pregnant by now.
Hi, Barbara. No signs of pregnancy yet.
Still nothing? Why not?
I'm not sure why. It seems to just be how my body is.
Have you seen a different doctor? Maybe you need a second opinion.
We've already consulted with multiple specialists.
There must be something wrong with you. You're doing everything correctly, aren't you?
I'm sorry. We're trying our best, but it's just not happening.
Are you tracking your cycles properly? Maybe you're missing your fertile days.
Yes, we're tracking everything carefully.
If you're doing everything right, you should be pregnant by now. You're still getting fertility treatments, right?
Yes, we're continuing with those.
And they're not working?
Not yet, but the doctor says it's still possible.
What a waste of money.
The treatments are expensive, but we believe they're worth trying.
Worth trying? You've been trying for years with nothing to show for it.
No, we still have a chance. We haven't given up hope yet.
You keep saying that, but where are my grandchildren?
We want children too. It's not easy for us either.
How much more money are you planning to waste? Such an expensive daughter-in-law. How many years has it been since you married my son?
Almost 5 years now.
5 years of failing to give me grandchildren.
Please understand, infertility isn't something we chose.
It's already been 5 years. How much longer are you going to make him wait? You keep saying you won't give up, but there hasn't even been a hint of a pregnancy. If you can't get pregnant soon, you should just divorce my son.
Please give us more time. It's not certain that we can't have children.
More time? You had plenty of time.
The doctors say there's still hope.
There you go again with that excuse. I can't believe we got stuck with such a useless daughter-in-law.
But John says he's okay even if we can't have children. He says we could be happy just the two of us. We don't have to force having children if it's not meant to be. We're happy enough together.
He's lying to make you feel better.
He's been very supportive through all of this.
Don't be ridiculous. He's just too nice to tell you how he really feels. My husband doesn't say anything either, but he's disappointed in you too.
Father-in-law is.
Of course. A wife who can't have children has no value.
That's a very harsh thing to say. I'm doing my best. But I'm sorry to disappoint you. Please, just wait a little longer.
Have you considered that maybe you're just not meant to be a mother?
We're not giving up yet.
You have 1 year. If you're not pregnant within a year, you're out. Given my son's age, that's the limit. Understand? 1 year.
That's not your decision to make.
It absolutely is my decision. I won't let you waste any more of my son's time.
John and I will decide what's best for our marriage.
1 year. The clock is ticking.
Barbara, I have news. You might not believe this, but John and I are having a baby.
Really? You're not joking?
No, I'll send you the ultrasound picture later. The baby is growing well.
Finally! I've been waiting so long for this day.
We're very excited too.
When did you find out? How far along are you?
Actually, we've known for a while, but John and I decided to wait until the first trimester to tell anyone.
You should have told me sooner.
We wanted to be extra careful this time.
This time? Have you lost pregnancies before?
We wanted to be sure everything was stable first. We didn't want to disappoint you if something went wrong. Even though it was our decision, I'm sorry we waited to tell you.
Well, I suppose I can forgive you since you're finally pregnant.
Thank you.
When are you due?
In about 5 months.
Oh, really? So, what's the gender? You must know by now.
Yeah, we just found out recently.
Well, don't keep me waiting. What's it going to be?
It's a girl. I'm so excited to buy cute outfits for her.
What? A girl?
Yeah, a baby girl.
Are you sure? Sometimes they make mistakes.
Oh, the doctor was very clear. It's definitely a girl.
Ugh, a girl. I got excited for nothing.
Is there something wrong with having a girl?
Obviously. The family name needs to be carried on by a boy. A girl is useless.
That's a terrible thing to say about your grandchild. Shouldn't you be happy that John and I are finally having a baby?
Did you try those methods I sent you before? The ones that help you have a boy?
Those old wives' tales don't work. Gender is determined by genetics.
No, girls are no good. Once she's born, do whatever it takes to get pregnant with a boy next.
What do you mean by whatever it takes?
You know exactly what I mean.
No, I don't. Please explain.
Get rid of her. Put her up for adoption or whatever. It's a waste to spend money raising a girl. Have another baby and spend all the money on a boy instead.
Are you seriously suggesting we give up our daughter after it took us this long to get pregnant? She's our baby.
It's the sensible thing to do.
I won't put her up for adoption. Why does gender matter so much? This isn't the 1950s. This baby is precious to us.
You don't understand our family traditions. Only boys have value. Maybe if your second child was a girl, it would be fine. But right now, we need a boy.
I don't even know if I can get pregnant again. Don't talk about it like it's so simple.
After all that money we spent on fertility treatments, and this is what we get?
We spent? You never contributed a penny to our treatments. You have no right to complain about how much we spent.
If you're going to talk to me like that, you'll have to leave. We don't need a daughter-in-law who can't produce an heir. If you don't want to leave, do as I say.
No.
Excuse me?
I said no.
How dare you refuse me?
You're being incredibly selfish. I won't leave, and I won't give up my daughter. Gender doesn't matter. I'm going to raise this baby girl.
Are you defying me?
Yes, I am.
After everything I've done for you?
What exactly have you done except criticize and threaten me? I won't follow your demands anymore. I'm going to protect my child as her mother.
You ungrateful woman. How dare you talk back to me? You can't even fulfill your basic duty as a wife.
My duty is to my child and husband, not to your outdated beliefs.
You're throwing away generations of tradition.
I won't judge my child based on gender. Any child of mine is precious.
You've changed since getting pregnant. Where's the respectful daughter-in-law I used to know?
I'm still respectful, but I won't let you harm my child.
So, not only can you not produce a boy, but now you're talking back to me?
I'm standing up for what's right. I've put up with everything you've said until now and always done what you asked, but I won't listen to someone who tells me to abandon my child. I've reached my limit.
Oh, is that so? Fine, I'm done with you. You'll regret this attitude. Don't expect me to consider that thing in your belly my grandchild.
That thing is your son's child.
A girl can't carry on the family legacy.
Fine by me. Having such a prejudiced grandmother would only hurt my daughter anyway. I don't want you coming anywhere near her.
Who are you calling prejudiced? Don't get too cocky.
I'm calling you exactly what you are. If you won't accept her as your grandchild, then stay away from her. She'll only know my parents as grandparents.
You can't keep my grandchild from me.
You just said you wouldn't consider her your grandchild.
That's fine by me. I don't want to see her face anyway. She'll probably grow up to be just as awful as you.
At least she'll grow up loved and accepted. She won't be anything like you, so don't worry.
You think you can raise a child without my help?
Better no grandmother than one who rejects her for being a girl.
You'll regret this.
The only thing I regret is not standing up to you sooner.
We'll see how John feels about this.
John already knows everything you've said. He's been reading these messages.
You're lying.
He's right here with me. He's disgusted by your behavior.
You've turned my own son against me.
You did that yourself with your cruel words about his daughter.
I heard you were hospitalized.
Yes, but it's none of your concern. The baby and I are fine.
You should tell me when these things happen.
Why? You said you didn't consider this baby your grandchild.
Still being disrespectful. You'll get what's coming to you again.
What?
Did anything unusual happen before you went to the hospital?
Why are you asking?
You'll end up in the hospital again. This is what happens when you're carrying a girl. It's punishment for your attitude towards me.
Are you threatening me? What do you mean by get what's coming to you?
You were attacked by thugs, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
What? You weren't?
Why would you think I was attacked?
You must be lying. There's no other reason for you to be in the hospital.
Despite what you might have heard, I was just hospitalized for some health issues. It was mostly precautionary.
What? That's not what's supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen? The doctor said it was likely stress-related. I think we all know where that stress came from. But what's this about thugs? Who told you that?
Nobody told me anything. Did you meet anyone before going to the hospital? No strange men around?
Why are you so interested in whether I met any strange men? No, nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual when you left your apartment?
No, I just walked out normally.
You didn't go out at your usual time?
How do you know my usual time?
Really? You're not lying?
Barbara, did you try to have someone attack me? Did they target the wrong person?
I don't know what you're talking about. The wrong person?
You seem very concerned about specific details. I'm clearly fine, and I didn't see anyone suspicious. It wasn't me. Did they attack someone else by mistake?
That's impossible.
What's impossible? That I'm fine, or that someone else got hurt?
Stop asking questions.
I understand you don't like me, but this is too far. I'm worried about whoever might have been caught up in this. I'm calling the police.
Don't call the police.
Why not? If someone's been hurt, they need help. Someone might be being attacked right now in my place. You need to contact whoever you hired and stop them immediately. This is criminal.
I don't know anything about this.
You just gave yourself away by saying that's not what was supposed to happen and begging me not to call the police. Why deny it now?
You're twisting my words. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything.
The police can trace messages, you know? Just stop the attackers quickly. If this ends badly, if someone dies, your life is over.
My life is over?
What will your husband and son think? You'll become the family's disgrace. Stop them before things get worse.
You wouldn't tell them. Please don't tell my husband and son. Please.
John is right here with me.
He is? He's reading these messages?
Yes, he's frantically calling his father right now. The only thing you can do now is minimize the damage. Where were the attackers supposed to ambush me?
At your apartment. When you came out, I gave them your apartment number.
What exactly did you tell them? Did you perhaps give them the wrong building number?
It's apartment 405, right?
Which building?
What do you mean, which building?
We're in building 2. Did you tell them that?
There's a building 2?
You didn't even check which building before sending attackers? Building 2 is set back, so it's hard to see from the front. Even delivery drivers get confused sometimes. They probably went to building 1 by mistake.
Oh, God. What should I do?
Someone innocent might be hurt because you didn't bother to check. I'm calling the police to watch the apartment complex. You need to turn yourself in.
Turn myself in?
What did you think would happen? This is attempted assault.
But I didn't actually do anything.
Hiring someone to attack me is still a crime. Obviously. Just pray there are no victims. Barbara, haven't you turned yourself in yet? Your husband is looking for you. Where are you?
I can't face everyone. What's happening outside? Are the police looking for me?
They just caught the attacker at our apartment complex. A woman in building 1 was attacked.
Oh no.
Did you really think this would end well? She was attacked coming out of her apartment, but she'll survive. Fortunately, another resident happened to pass by and subdued the attacker. As luck would have it, the resident was an off-duty police officer.
Police?
The attacker has been arrested. They'll quickly figure out you hired him. Running away is pointless.
I never meant for anyone else to get hurt. How did this happen? I just wanted to teach my insolent daughter-in-law a lesson.
By having me attacked? While I'm pregnant? Even if I had been the victim, it would still be a serious crime. You got flustered when your plan went wrong and confessed. Not only did you get the building wrong, but your whole plan was poorly thought out.
What is my son saying?
What do you think he's saying about someone who tried to hurt his wife and unborn child? He's in shock. He now sees you as an enemy.
That's not true. I'm not his enemy.
But you tried to hurt his wife and daughter. Of course he sees you as an enemy. Your husband must be shocked too. His wife becoming a criminal?
Criminal? I didn't do anything directly.
Hiring someone to commit a crime is still a crime. I looked it up, and in this case, you're considered a co-conspirator. That means you'll be punished just as severely as the actual attacker.
Does that mean I'll go to prison?
What did you expect would happen?
So, if the injuries are minor, I might not go to prison?
Don't misunderstand, Barbara. Regardless of the extent of injuries, you committed a crime. Plus, the victim may carry emotional scars for life.
I know that. I never meant to involve an innocent person.
You meant to involve me, though? Your grandchild's mother? Poor woman. You'll have to spend your life making amends to her. By the way, who was this thug you hired?
Some local delinquent. He and his friends always hang out in the empty lot next to our house. He agreed to do it when I offered him money.
You'll need to tell the police all of this. Involving someone like that too? What were you thinking at your age? Before trying to teach others a lesson, you should realize how wrong you are.
Shut up.
Also, John just told me we're cutting all ties with you. We won't have any contact, and we won't tell our daughter about you.
My own grandchild? How did it come to this? What possessed me to do something so stupid?
Indeed.
I wish I could be reborn and start over.
That's...
What?
I'd feel sorry for any woman who had to give birth to you. While any child, boy or girl, would be welcome, nobody would want to give birth to someone like you. Afterward, my mother-in-law was arrested. The incident made the news and caused outrage online. She became quite infamous. The victim suffered injuries requiring several weeks of recovery. She turned out to be quite brave, appearing on TV to speak openly about the incident and demanding severe punishment for the perpetrators. The media came to us as well, as we were family members. Several reporters approached us for interviews. When they learned about the background that this all started because my mother-in-law was angry about having a granddaughter instead of a grandson, the public's reaction was even more intense. Women's rights groups became involved, using this case as an example of ongoing gender discrimination in society. To escape the media attention, my husband and I decided to move. My family helped with the move, so it wasn't physically demanding. My father-in-law gave my husband money for the move. He also divorced my mother-in-law. She probably never expected to get divorced at her age. I guess my father-in-law wanted to make a clean break. Later, I gave birth to a healthy baby girl. The trial was difficult for everyone involved. The victim's testimony was particularly moving. She spoke about how she now felt unsafe in her own home, all because of a case of a mistaken identity. The delinquent who carried out the attack testified about how my mother-in-law had approached him, confirming everything she had inadvertently revealed in our text messages. My daughter is now growing up in a peaceful environment, far from all that drama. My husband and other relatives adore her. In the end, my mother-in-law was the only one who cared about gender. My father-in-law often visits and dotes on his granddaughter. He always says she has his eyes, and he couldn't be prouder. The incident changed our family forever, but perhaps for the better. We learned who truly valued family over outdated traditions. My daughter will grow up knowing she's loved for exactly who she is, not for what gender she happened to be born.